This is Sybert signing into General's Evolution. But we're going to take things a little bit slow today as we check out these games sent in by viewers. This is an FFA on the map, Autumn Gardens. I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I wanted to check out some games nonetheless. So we're going to have a little sicko goblin cast together. We're going to take things easy. We're not going to be too excited or too hype. We're going to try not to blow out our voice because I legitimately thought I was going to lose my voice completely a couple of days ago. But here we are. It's an FFA, Autumn Gardens in the north, GLA demo player. This is NotAkari. We'll go around the circle like a clock. Right next door, plain green. This is the GLA demo, KingKoop. Yeah, we have the mint green and the regular green, both plain GLA demo, both right next to each other. It is going to be a little bit of madness as we get later into this game. Playing the brown GLA vanilla. This is Aetherius. Looks like he's going for a couple of technicals right away, so we're going to try and speed up these last two intros as we round the corner to our only non-GLA player, the purple vanilla China, joshyme. And as the cyan final player, the GLA vanilla, this is Dreson. Or Dreson? I don't know. It is a 5-player FFA. We have seen kind of the gamut from this map in the past. I feel like sometimes these games can be really explosive. They can go crazy. They can have a lot of action. And then they can also be really long and drawn out. What was that one? The player in this position, I think they were a Chinese player, and they were filling the whole map with internet centers, and then just building an unbelievable amount of stuff, an insane amount of production structures, and a huge army, and just battering down their enemies with the most war of attrition, more bodies than the enemy has bullets kind of style. So I feel like these games, you know, they can kind of run the gamut. These are players I'm not super familiar with. Some of these names I definitely recognize. Khay, I think I recognize. KingKoop. Aetherius. joshyme. Dreson is maybe the only one I don't totally recognize, but these other guys, it's hard to tell if I've actually cast a game with them together in it, or if just names are similar to other names. 4 GLA players, 1 China, 2 GLA vanilla, 2 GLA demo, and then 1 China vanilla. So no USA, not a lot of sub-factions in general. For having 5 different players, I mean, it's 3 vanilla factions and then 1 sub-general amongst them. I feel like a little bit of early action, but everyone has kind of settled into a rhythm. NotAkari and Dreson were looking to tussle a little bit early on, but they've backed off a smidge from each other. Palace is up. Second arms dealer is coming up from NotAkari. And, well, the barracks is going to try and steal back this oil derrick, but I don't know if NotAkari is going to let that happen. Scorps versus Scorps. Couple of flak tanks in there as well. RPG troopers, maybe a little bit slow on the pickup. And he is going to suicide on his own oil. He is actually control-clicking to kill off his own oil to deny the engineer cap of it, which is a little bit unusual. A couple of quad cannons sneaking around the front. NotAkari does successfully kill his own oil derrick, does a little bit of splash damage to the barracks, takes some damage on a flak tank, and he should be able to crush these quads if he can close in on them. He's got 3 war factories worth of production. In the middle of the map, it looks like joshyme is kind of taking over that center ring as much as he can. He's got 2 of the 5 spots claimed, and he's got 1 of the outer ring spots, or the middle ring spots claimed as well. Full-on assault coming in. Dreson moves in. Going to be targeting down 1 of the war factories. If he can clean up the palace as well, that'll be a nice reset on the tech. Will deny any additional black markets from being constructed. Will stop any additional high-tech units as well. A couple of technicals on the exit might get the kill. Barely enough rockets there But Akari has more than enough forces to push back this army. 2 expansions in the middle. 2 expansions in the middle for joshyme. 3 if you count this one here. But at the same time, Dreson looking to take a couple of expansions himself. He's got to micro those workers as he adds on more supply stashes. Long distance harvesting from a nearby supply stash. I feel like Dreson, if he can keep up the pressure, might be able to knock down Akari, but it would have to take a split push of some kind. So he can't just walk into the army. He would need to, like, you know, attack over here and then also sneak in another attacking force to take out this stuff over here. That would be, like, the only way for Dreson to really keep up his momentum. Oh, Dreson may actually only have 2 war factories. So, even though it looks like he's got better economy out on the map, and he just did some nice damage, he never can outproduce his opponent if he's only matching him on war factories. Second arms dealer, second palace, both going to be coming up for Akari. Dreson going to be cutting into the middle of the map. He kind of sees what joshyme is doing, wants to deny that further expansion. A little bit of a sneak attack coming in at the back door of joshyme. The only China player surrounded and maybe going to be getting bullied by the GLA players. A couple of more stingers coming up. KingKoop, he's looking to play the turtle game. Literally on the minimap, he's got all of his units nicely lined up. Like they're standing in formation, awaiting inspection or something. Black markets, soon to fill the entire map. And the only China player moves out into the middle, catches Dreson in the middle. And Dreson getting caught, but he's got a secret weapon, a second attack. He can actually move in here, crushes through a couple of China units. Another base is partially exposed. There's reinforcements, there's a couple of GATs in here, but it's mostly just buildings and production facilities. Scorpions and rocket troopers could cut through a couple of those buildings before the army returns, but it is going to be a bloody fight one way or the other. With double command center, triple command center, and another internet center coming up, I feel like joshyme is going to be okay. He actually hasn't lost hardly anything in this assault. I'm not sure where the guns were pointed. Looks like the guns may have been split to a couple of different targets. Supply center and propaganda center both going to be going down. Propaganda center kill is nice. Internet center kill is nice. That internet center maybe hasn't even made its money back. So that might be truly cash flow negative. But that supply center still hasn't been taken down. Just a couple of trucks got eliminated. GAT's coming up behind this army. At the same time, Dreson is looking to, is he going to actually be able to attack 2 players at once? Because the majority of his army just committed into the south, but Akari looks like he's willing to threaten up in the north. And similarly, if any of these players have a good scouting sense, they may be able to realize that joshyme is a little bit weaker than he was a couple of moments ago. Although a lot of these players may just be trying to play into the late game. They may just be trying to play towards super weapons. Katyusha's on the field. The demo general artillery. He's got those flak tanks. Still a decent amount of stuff here from Dreson. And rocket buggies are actually going to kind of sneak around back. They're going to be able to trade out against the artillery of Akari. Well, trading out might be a little bit more advantageous for Akari than I anticipated. Tank v tank, though. These quads moving forward, but they're getting absolutely roasted and toasted. Aetherius and joshyme looking like they're growing close together in the south, but Akari may have struck the killing blow. If he pounces, he may be able to keep up this momentum. I'm not sure what his production is like back home. Oh, he needs to rally. Yeah, he's got 3 war factories. He could rally all of his forces straight into Dreson's base, which would leave him very vulnerable to a counterattack, but he could potentially end it here and knock out one of the players. He is going to back off. And that's going to give Dreson an opportunity to rebuild. joshyme has reset up in the middle of the map, adding more GATs this time because the answer to what is the best defense, it's just more GATs. A good defense, well, sometimes it's a good offense is the best defense, but sometimes more GATs is the best defense. And that's all you need to know. Just more GATs. RPG troopers on the front line. Flak tanks will be able to make quick work of them. Rocket buggies, if they can get off a couple of volleys, they can thin out some of these numbers. But if the reinforcements keep coming, this is going to be difficult for Dreson to hold. Rocket buggies splitting off to the left. The advance does slow down, but ultimately the numbers are on the side of Akari. How long will these flak tanks last? That's pretty much all he's got left. You can see 2, maybe 3, 4, 5 Scorpions left in the match. But other than that, it's pretty much all just flak tanks mowing down these buildings one at a time. Reinforcements coming in from the high ground. It's going to be mostly infantry as those RPG troopers look to make a heroic defense against an army of anti-infantry. I guess they are also anti-aircraft, but anti-infantry vehicles. RPG troopers going to be able to chip away a couple of these flak tanks, popping them off one by one by one. Nicely done there by Dreson to get as much value at the end of his life as he can. War Factory gets sold off. He has enough to stay in this game. If he could pick off this army, which these rocket buggies have not been dealt with, so they have been doing constant damage, poking and prodding. Reinforcements have not come in from behind to sweep out and kill these rocket buggies. If the reinforcements would have come in, Akari might have been able to sandwich these rocket buggies, but he hasn't dealt with them. He's just trying to focus on the buildings, which I can definitely understand. I mean, with a barracks over here, I think you can still rebuild as GLA, so this is a big reset, but it's not the end of the world for Dreson. 2 big fronts showing up at the same time. Aetherius with his Scud launchers, and at the same time, KingKoop moving out to the south. He's got massive RPG trooper numbers and a decent number of Marauder tanks as well. But he is moving right to the south. He is actually going to be striking while the iron is hot, and he is going to find a bit of an advantage in killing off his GLA fellow just to the south of him. Moving all the way down. The only player to build a super weapon so far, Aetherius, now potentially getting double teamed, getting sandwiched by the China player, by his GLA friend to the north. Scuds versus Marauders. And oh my gosh, Dreson, these rocket buggies still have not been dealt with, so he gets a kill on whatever that building was. I think just barracks. I mean, I don't think he can really win the game with that, but he's going to do a bit of damage. Scud launcher is, you know, sub 2 minutes, but it might be about to go offline in terms of power. Yeah, that's going to send him into low power mode. Aetherius, he tried. He thought super weapons would be his saving grace. Okay, and this is now just an insane number. Well, actually, it's not an insane number, but it is a high number of black markets. And Aetherius, our first one to tap out. First player to build super weapons, first player to tap out as well. And then there were 4. joshyme going to be looking pretty strong. KingKoop also looking super strong. And Akari looking stronger than Dreson, but weaker than the other 2. And I'll be honest, if we go down to a purple versus green situation, that'd be super easy to tell apart. And they'd actually be playing different factions, so it wouldn't be a GLA general versus a different GLA general, or vanilla GLA versus demo kind of a thing. Green versus green, or cyan versus green, which the technicals, the cyan versus this minty green, those technicals look really, really similar. So when it's technical wars, it's difficult to tell. Barracks in the south, Not a lot of expansions, not a ton of income for Dreson, but I feel like the 4 black markets are doing a lot of lifting for this guy. And although he's only got 1 barracks of production, so he probably can't even max out on his income. He's probably floating quite a bit. Ooh, KingKoop. He's the king of the Koopas. He has got a super weapon, a Scud Storm, and he is looking to... Oh, no. It's starting again. He is looking for the infinite money hack. Ooh, low power mode for this GLA player. Not enough power plants. You need a couple of windmills per Scud Storm. I always think it's 3. It might not be 3, but I think it is 3 per Scud Storm. So if you want 2 Scud Storms, you need like 6 windmills. More and more RPG troopers. Oh my gosh, these rocket buggies. Absolute heroes of the people. These guys, they have been worth their weight in gold. Only double vet. I'm honestly surprised they're not all 3 heroic. The amount of killing that they've been doing, it has been pure disaster for Akari. Akari may have been able to kill Dreson if he had been able to catch and kill all of those rocket buggies early on, because Dreyson's reinforcements were pretty thin. What do we got? Okay, Anthrax Bomb coming in directly on top of the army. Oh, that is a sick move for the Anthrax Bomb. This is one of those things where you're actually glad on the Red Alert 3 pathing and it being a little bit janky. Oh, man. If this had a better movement system and all of these units were, like, fanned out and filling this space, that Anthrax Bomb would have been even more deadly. He keeps just driving into it. KingKoop, a true leader of men, sending endless hordes to the slaughter, to the senseless death and demise. Oh my gosh, this guy is a maniac. He's killing me like he's killing all of his army. His entire army just walked into an Anthrax Bomb for no reason, and he issued a stop command as well. He gave a stop command, and then he said, no, just kidding command. No, go to your death. And he just walked them all into their death. Oh, no. Oh, no. For a second, I thought those were Dreyson's rocket buggies firing off a couple of more shots. Wait a second. What's going on here? What are these rocket buggies doing? I feel like he didn't hijack them. I don't know, but that was pretty funny. That Anthrax Bomb cleaning up a huge chunk of KingKoop's army. That oh man, that Anthrax Bomb is so good. Oh, that is such a good use of that. That was one of my favorite uses of the Anthrax Bomb. Massive amounts of gats. A couple of Battle Masters mixed in here as well. This is a China vanilla player, joshyme, so... Oh, he could actually... No airfields. Huh. No airfields, no Inferno cannons. I feel like you needed a little something extra. Ooh, we got some movement here, but we'll see. I don't think KingKoop is going to be completely blown up to pieces by this China attack. joshyme should be able to do some damage, but yeah, already his attack is slowing down. He does have a lot of forces. He did go pretty deep into enemy territory. He is going for the kill on the windmills, but he's not going to get it. And joshyme, yeah, at this point, he is just lambs to the slaughter, sacrificing his army into the grinding guns of KingKoop. First super weapon, 7 seconds away. Ooh, the sneak attack. Okay, Akari finds the weakness. I don't think that's the one that was done. Yeah, that was the one that was 90 seconds away. But still, good deal. This guy over here, he's ready to go. Although, honestly, I don't even know where you use it. You have an FFA situation, so the ideal would be, you know, catching one of your opponent's armies just before you attack their base or something, but I'm not sure how good KingKoop's vision is. 50 grand for Dreson. Yeah, KingKoop, he needs that radar van, be able to see what's going on. Yeah, Dreson, man, 50 grand in the bank. He can only build RPG troopers. Oh. Alright, so on the army, could be a good place to use a Scud Storm. It is a demo general Scud, so I believe it is the upgraded damage, just not the Anthrax or whatever. Oh, we do have... No, this is a MiG support power. That's not an actual MiG strike. Yeah! Firestorm plus Anthrax. That would be pretty funny. Oh, there's a scan. That scan, he probably thought there was going to be more stuff there. He scans, he's like, oh, that's the edge of the base. I should have actually scanned a little bit further to the right. There is not a whole lot here that's worth hitting. Scud Storm, though, it's ready to go. Whenever he wants, he can fire it off. And then he's just got that long reset timer. Got that long timer to try and wait. Although, a couple of engineers might be able to sneak around somewhere. Yeah, a couple of engineers might be able to find their way into the enemy base somewhere. Okay, you can get a worker. You can get a worker. So, I'm not sure why Dreson isn't. Oh, no. It's a massive GAT Battlemaster. Oh, my gosh. These Scuds are actually finding pretty good marks. And that's because it's a Scud Storm and not actually a Scud Launcher. I was like, man, where are those Scud Launchers hanging out at? They're getting those good of hits. And the entire battlefield turns to ash as joshyme gets completely rolled over. Steam-rolled by KingKoop. Blasting through. And of course, behind all of this, Akari could decide at the worst time possible for KingKoop to just attack, to go for the kill, and to strike him down, which could, you know, bring the entire assault to a halt. Big thanks to Sybert for bringing me some tea. Very much appreciated. As that is, it's probably too hot to drink right now, but I think my throat's going to love it. It's going to be soothing to my sick goblin body as we continue this possibly never-ending game. I love that Dreson and Akari, they have formed like the poor man's bond. You got the two rich guys, just massive armies, tons of money, tons of production, all the tech, all the upgrades that they could ever want. Fighting it out in the south. Obviously, KingKoop did massive damage to that China tank army. And then Akari and Dreson, and oh no! Did he really? Did he steal a war factory? What a little stinker. He's got these engineers. Oh no, the Gats are here. The Battlemasters are so bad at killing infantry that, oh, Anthrax wiped out the whole infantry army. Oh, what a move there by Akari. Oh, that's great, though. Gets a war factory. You can't really do anything with it. Amongst all of the... He's going to try and sneak out a dozer. That's the funniest. I mean, like, what are you going to try and do? If you sneak out a dozer, you could actually tech switch to China. But okay. All right. Finally, we're done with another player. Dreson is out. Dreson. Do the tanks in Gen Evo have directional armor? I assume yes, because the tanks in Red Alert 3 do, but I actually do not know that for a fact. So, sgorOO or anyone who actually knows Gen Evo on that level, I just assumed that they do. It's possible they don't. This is just... Oh, the carpet bomb. The carpet bomb. Oh, the camera shake is so... No, the Anthrax. The Anthrax on top of the army. At least this time he didn't drive his army into it like KingKoop did. Oh, he almost escapes the Anthrax. All of his tanks are so low health. They're all down at like 50% hit points because of that Anthrax. And all of the reinforcements just taking so much damage as KingKoop closes in. KingKoop crushes the entire front line. Big Inferno sweep comes in. The Firestorm lands. Oh my, oh no. Oh no, what is going on? Oh no, Dreson, what are you doing? Oh, he's already got one command center out. He's got a second command center. What is this? This is nonsense. Oh, the sneak attack from Akari. Akari is giving me life right now. Akari doesn't have much. Never was able to get big on eco. Although now that Dreson is done, Akari could probably go pretty big on eco. Look at this. Now, kill it, kill it, kill it. Okay, thank you. Kills it off. Doesn't just almost kill it and then leave. Kills it off. Sneak attack will eventually go down. Dreson is getting eliminated. 1 nuke, 2 nukes, 3 nukes. Count with me. Nuclear fallout is what you'll see. Oh, was that a rebel surprise? I wasn't looking over there, but I think that was a rebel surprise. Oh, blew up all of those tanks. KingKoop, he's getting... KingKoop probably still has the largest ground army. Well, I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard to tell. This guy's got more internet centers than production facilities. When you're full-on goofball mode like this, when you're playing with your friends and you're clearly just letting them get away with nonsense, anything can happen. But I also get a little bit of an itchy fast-forward finger. I always start thinking, well, you had fun playing with your friends. I'm happy for you, but it doesn't mean I need to sit around and watch it minute for minute, second by second. Every moment that you enjoyed hanging out with your friends, extending the game on longer artificially by letting them just steal a war factory and then just not killing it and letting them build command centers from it, multiple command centers. Oh man, Dreson, he got like 50 grand in the bank before he started his rebuild now as China. 3 nukes, 2 Scud storms on the way. Oh, I would love another Anthrax bomb right now. Just drop it right here. Drop it in the middle of that army. Kill all of the reinforcements. Oh, that would be perfect. Unfortunately, it looks like KingKoop has caught on to the idea. He's crushing it with his reinforcements. And man, this Marauder tank, when it is fully loaded, it does look a little ridiculous. But it is just chewing through these buildings. And it looks like our minty fresh Akari is eventually going to go down. Although the reinforcements on the north side, they've actually thinned out, so there isn't a whole lot left. He's going to be able to take down these last couple of units and call it a day. His main base is going to be completely ravaged and destroyed, but he's going to get the kill on this northern half of the army. So KingKoop is going to... I don't know. He's going to find the win, but he's going to pay a little bit of a price. Oh, the Anthrax was just too late. It was just too late. He got him again. The old switcheroo. You think you're going to take my base, but I'm going to Anthrax my own. Oh my gosh, he's got 2 heroic Katyushas up there. Everything goes down. Oh no. One last Scorpion tank manages to escape. Very little HP. The old Anthrax your own base trick. They never see it coming. They never realize that you're willing to Anthrax your own base. Oh, okay. Sneak attack. I like it from KingKoop. A little bit of a you did this to me, now I'm going to do it to you action. I don't know, an eye for an eye. Oh, look at that, Scud Storm goes down. Still sub 3 minutes. Ooh, almost sub 2 minutes for KingKoop. I don't know what just exploded. That might have been another Rebel surprise and a detonation. Another command center is coming up from Akari, so he can potentially make a comeback from this. Oh, man. Those Katyushas. Just absolutely massive damage when they're heroic like that. Oh, lights the place up. Makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Really does look like a Christmas tree, the orange and green like that. Oh, hot daddy. Give me the anthrax. Pour it right down my throat. Yeah. That is the greatest weapon in this game. In this 5-player FFA. The anthrax has done more than anything. No, don't drive into it. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, are you kidding? He's gonna try and brave it, but like, he's got infantry as well. Why? Why are you doing this? He's just driving. He's losing so many health bars. Oh no, and the tanks are getting caught up on each other because they're so massive. They're such big tanks. Oh man, 40 seconds until the Scud Storm. Couple of Overlord tanks. This is just, it's going every direction. Any direction you could hope that this is going, it's going that way. The Anthrax, it looks like, is finally worn off. All of these tanks just hanging out. Glad to be able to finally breathe a sigh of relief or something. Dreson and Akari, they're still in this, I will remind you. I keep forgetting about them, but they're still in this. This actually probably looks a little bit more like a real war, where you have different sections of both armies advancing and retreating. You have one flank winning for one team, one flank losing for another team. Then, you know, one section of the army getting caught by his opponent. Oh, scudding right outside of your own base. Catches the majority of the army. The reinforcements will deal with the rest. And another Scud Storm ready to go. But the first nuke lands. The first nuke lands. The second is ready to go. Oh, moments away. Moments away from the third as well. Oh, double trouble, triple team. Just lighten up everything in this GLA base. Make it glow like the sun. It's radioactive, baby. Absolutely blasting through. Oh, but the Scud. The Scud come back. The Scud strike back. KingKoop's base has been nearly leveled, but he's still blasting it. What's up, bud? What? Oh my gosh, that purple army gets annihilated though. Overlord tanks running for the hills. When you blast your opponent's entire main base, but you can't actually defeat their standing army. Oh, thank you. I did forget to put that back on. Okay, now I got my headphones on. Thank you, bud. Is Dreson gonna win this? A couple of things just got sold off. Akari, oh, KingKoop has been defeated. That's the end. And then there were 3. All right. So, in theory, joshyme should take this, but joshyme should probably just like expand over here and build 1 billion internet commands, internet centers, and just, you know, go crazy. MiGs dropping their bombs. Firestorm started. Less than 4 minutes until all 3 nukes are ready. Dreson going to be trying to... Oh, he's got the Iron Dragons. But only 1 airfield worth of them. I don't know. I feel like he probably should have killed Akari by this point. Turn it into a 1v1. Because I feel like joshyme has the huge advantage of no one is behind him. So even if nothing else... Oh, the Gats clean up everything. Those MiGs did not land their money shots that they wanted. They wanted to do massive splash damage to those units that were all just sitting ducks. But they weren't sitting ducks. They were sparrows with machine guns, blasting down those birds of prey. I didn't realize Wifebert just said that I'm thinking of starting an ASMR channel. I mean, I joked about that at one point. I think Waff the Wolf was trying to get me to start an ASMR channel. I wasn't like taking a public opinion poll about it. This is so many overlords. It is so many overlords. We can wait until the next big round of explosions. Oh, Iron Dragon's coming through. This is the undercard fight before the fight that people really signed up for. Like, when they paid for their pay-per-view, this is what they have to sit through. They're like, oh, yeah, you know, it was an okay fight. I'm not sure what the point of this sneak attack is. I mean, it will allow him to sneak attack on the army, get a little bit of a flank going on. But, like, I feel like the real fight is going to be down here. These Overlord tanks, they're all just so bottlenecked on each other. I don't know, is the best plan to just wait out the nuclear timers? You got 3 of them. You could nuke one here, and one a little bit further back, and then roll over everything else with your army. But actually, Dreson just got jumped on in the north. Got destroyed. Arty Strike gets called in. Carpet Bomb as well. Is the Carpet Bomb deep enough? Oh, yeah, it finds the mark. Obliterates a huge chunk of Dreson's army. Dreson making a little bit of progress, but ultimately not any meaningful progress. And I feel like the first nuke will be here. No, it's going to be a little bit further north. It's going to be on the army, or on the base. That is definitely one strategy. Go for the base. Go for the reinforcements. Let your real army push its way forward. Dreson still with a couple of RPG troopers. Because it's just overlords, RPG troopers actually do reasonably well in terms of just the sheer number of guns that they're against. Nukes will find their marks. Gonna stop the comeback from Dreson. Stop the reinforcements. Stop the blue ocean from this purple attack. The purple swarm is coming to the north. EMP lands as well. EMP logging down a couple of those internet centers. MiG strike comes in, catches a barracks, catches a couple of barracks. And these RPG troopers, they are a legitimate hassle for an overlord army to deal with. These overlords, they just slowly... Is he really not bringing any GATs or anything? I feel like MiGs or GATs or something to assist with this. Is Dreson gonna... Oh my gosh, I don't know. Dreson might actually have an angle here with a quad barracks production. Oh, he's adding on a 5th barracks. The Penta barracks comeback, a classic build that we've all executed. A classic build from the early days of your bygone era. I don't actually know what this is. Wasn't the carpet bomb just used? Oh, it's another carpet bomb. It timed out. Okay. So there's the reset carpet bomb. Nuclear reactors might actually be able to get targeted down here. I mean, it's only one GAT, so if they jump on the GAT, they can kill the GAT before the RPG troopers go down. GAT's attacking the Overlord, so that's actually good for Dreson. Dreson is now getting double-teamed, though. He's fighting purple. He's going to have to fight minty green as well. Akari going to be pushing on through. Akari going for the kill. All right, one nuclear reactor down. If you can send them into low power mode, you know, that helps you break the rest of the army. Still not enough into low power mode. GATs are finally coming through. joshyme has learned the counter system. He is building GATs. A lot of them, too. And Akari, who has actually done a pretty good job with the relatively small army. And also always having a pretty good unit mix. I feel like Akari always has pretty decent unit mix, a couple of artillery units, a couple of Scorps, a couple of GATs, even mixing in a couple of RPG troopers here or there. Good combo of forces from Akari. Tanks now trying to move into the middle of the map, cut off this massive barracks production, the Penta barracks backup attack, which is, you know, as we're all familiar with, just a classic tactic. Oh, the barracks, they won't last forever. Oh, he's trying to get a nuke as well. Oh, Dreson. He's got way too much cash. Oh, it's even more internet centers, and he's adding on another one. Building more and more internet centers. Because infinite money is never quite infinite enough. Well, Overlords from the south, GLA from the north. Oh, Anthrax on top of the internet centers. No one cares about that. You should have Anthraxed down here. That would have been funny. Obviously, Akari didn't have any vision of that area. Oh, no, a sneak attack. No, it's not a sneak attack. It's just engineers. It's just engineers coming in to capture stuff. Oh, Dreson always with the sneaky plays, and these GATs can't reach the other side of that. I guess you just got to sell off the command center, man. Now he's just building barracks in the middle of joshyme's base. Oh, no, joshyme. He fought for so long. He got so close. But in the end, his entire base is just going to get capped. He's trying to build his own GATs. I guess there are a decent number of GATs, so engineers won't be able to capture everything. But this is a pretty funny reset to joshyme's forces there. No, Akari, don't you do it too. Oh, he's going to walk into his own Anthrax bomb. But it's cleared out now. So he's actually good to go. He's going to start cutting off the flank. He's got his main army over there. This is just the little attack side army. I love how this has completely thwarted the attack by joshyme. He's turned everything around. He is heading back. This was the perfect move by Dreson to just extend this out even longer. Oh my gosh, another nuke. Where is he even gonna nuke? Oh, okay. He actually goes for Akari on the other side of the map. He's trying to spread out the love, spread out the radiation. I feel like killing Dreson should be your #1 concern. Oh no, the nuke goes down. The first of the nukes to be eliminated for joshyme. He's got 2 more nukes. They're ready to go. Will he find the place to launch them? There goes one. One impacts right on the internet centers. The second as well clears out a chunk of Dreson's economy. These Gatling cannons just keep getting rebuilt. Just built and rebuilt, built and rebuilt. Kill the command center. Kill the command center, please. Please. Okay, he is slowly but surely killing the command center. Honestly, this is partially just a base crawl. The build radius on command centers is so big in this version of Gen Evo. That's something that we're looking at reducing in the next version of Gen Evo, is reducing the command center build radius, at least by a bit. Or, I don't know, maybe scaling maps up. One of the two. Akari's not giving up. Akari is keeping hopes alive, blasting through some of Dreson's buildings here, cutting off that expansion. I mean, the nukes did a chunk of the work for him, but Akari's now coming through. Massive RPG numbers built, or I guess tank hunters now, built by Dreson. EMP lands. Carpet bombs, always fun to see. EMP takes some of the stuff offline. Akari moving in. He's got these nuclear craters to roll on top of. The Gats are already here. If only this was a couple of minutes ago when it was just Overlord tanks, these tank hunters would have stood a chance, but not so. Purple and green joining forces. I mean, you have to hand it to Dreson. He got knocked down pretty early on. He didn't give up. He did find a way to come back by becoming Chinese. Starting to play China instead of GLA. I guess he was a GLA vanilla. Switched over to China vanilla. And now it's going to come down to Akari and joshyme. joshyme does have a couple of nukes. Does have a much bigger army, much bigger economy. Akari never really did build up as much as the other players. The triple barracks comeback attempt turned into just double barracks plus a command center. Dreson is going to make him work for it. He's not going to sell off. He's not going to give up. Those rockets burning through everything. Cold virus versus the white blood cells faction. Something like that. This is joshyme. You know, it took him a little while, but he's finally beaten the virus. He's taken back all of the map. And yeah, who would have thought, amongst 4 out of 5 GLA players, that the one non-GLA, the one China player, would be the one to come through. I guess in the end it was really kind of 2 China players, but, you know, at the beginning. The matchup at the beginning looked like it was just one. Oh, another anthrax bomb. Catches some of Akari's units on exit. RPG troopers. This guy must have like 100K. 73,000. 72,000. And yeah, Akari is... meanwhile, sitting like under 1K, spending every dollar that he's got, but just not ever really growing his income anywhere near the level that everyone else has. But 70K is a difficult number to beat. That is a unit kill-to-death ratio like perhaps we have never seen. All right, let's get through it. Come on. Why? Why are you leaving him? Just kill him. Put him out of his misery. Put me out of my misery. Put us all out of our misery. Let's go. 20 seconds until the next nuke. Just turn to the left. Everybody turn to the left. Kill off these units. Blast down those last couple of buildings. I don't even know if there are any units. Oh yeah, there's a couple of tank hunters here. There's a dozer. Trying to escape out around the side. There we go. Dozer goes down. MiG strike's coming in. Nukes are here to burn down Akari's base. 2 nukes ready. 3rd nuke 3 minutes away. Alright. Nuclear reactor, command center, barracks, supply center. Oh, stop! Dreson, no! And now Akari is coming in, is going to artificially extend the life of Dreson by a little bit once again. That's not even my main army. Yeah, it kind of doesn't matter. This is just an insane amount of China. The GLA fought valiantly. but it is no match for this kind of Chinese firepower. joshyme has way too big an army, way too big income. And I mean, even if you try and sneak attack him, he's got so many gats you'd have to chew through. He did a decent job since he just had infinite money of, you know, building a whole bunch of gats just to make it a little bit harder to sneak attack him. The wall of tanks. The never-ending wall of tanks. And then there's Dreson over there. These guys are just kind of observing. I like that they're trying to pick a fight. While there's just these massive lines of armor driving along the battlefield. These couple of, like, 10 tank hunters. Like, yeah, let's pick a fight with those guys. There we go. Dreson has been defeated. And then there were two, but really, there's just one. The guy with 70 grand in the bank versus the other guy who has like $25 and one war factory. One war factory? 2 war factories. Okay, so he actually does have 3 war factories and a Scud Storm over there, but it just doesn't really matter. Alright, let's push through. The tank lines are advancing. The particle effects are going insane. The nukes are landing. Somehow, the heroic Katyushas have managed to avoid death so far. Oh my gosh, this is... I mean, this is an insane KDA. KDR, I guess. For Akari, I feel like Akari is going to have the best kill ratio in the game. Doing a lot with a little. You got to give him that. He's doing a lot with a little. Gats finally coming to the front line. I mean, if this army had been split into 2 groups, it would have crushed through the main base behind all of this. A little bit of cash back coming in there for Akari. Getting a couple of dollars here or there. 200 for those overlords. That's not bad. That's a pretty good price. The last nuke lands, deletes that Scud launcher. Oh no, Akari. Akari is spreading out all over the map. Another command center on the right. Oh no, joshyme is returning home. He's gonna wait. Alright, he's built back up. He's got just an insane number of units. Oh, he's crossing the map. He's split into 2 groups. He's gonna attack in 2 areas. That's what we want. We want multiple attacks at once. Yeah, it really was a nuclear apocalypse. As these nukes have been getting a little bit more focused, targeting down onto just one player at a time. They, ooh, carpet bomb coming in. What was that? Maybe that was an EMP. It was supposed to hit a little further back. Gats, Battle Masters, Overlords all on the front line. Crushing through the weak forces of Akari. And these Katyushas, which have done insane damage, insane value, eventually will go down to just this superior numbers, the infinite firepower of joshyme. Alright, the writing's been on the wall for a while. Now let's see how long they're going to make us wait until this game ends. Ton of action, huge armies, not a ton of back and forth. It wasn't like some super cool back and forth game. And even stuff like this. Like, what are you doing? This is clearly just friends goofing around. And, hey, I love that for you, but get out. Alright, base gets deleted. There's another base over there. Oh, no, he's trying another base over here. Flak tanks go down. just blew up a bunch of tanks. I guess that was like a rebel surprise or something. Either that or joshyme just nuked his own forces on accident. 3 nukes were ready to go. Where does he think he is? Like, it's only the right side of the map. That's pretty much the only place he can be. I would kind of love a nuke right on this army, just because it'd be, you know... He's got every other unit. He's got 1 billion units in the game, and then he just uses a nuke to flatten his opponent's army. All right, joshyme. Let's close it out, bud. I'm sick. You're sick. We're all sick. Something about ice cream. A lot of overlords. They're just cruising around the map. Another rebel surprise or something. Calling in a time bomb. Oh, goodness. What are you waiting for, bud? This guy just hanging out. It's not even like he's taking over the whole map. Like he's setting up bases over here and up there or something. It's just chill time. Okay, there we go. Now we are down to just the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, okay. And joshyme actually leaves the game, so technically Akari did win that game, but not in the way that mattered. Obviously, joshyme won that game and then just left for whatever reason. And that will do it. Hey, first game is done and dusted. Oh, nice and easy. Welcome to the plentiful oil fields of Armored Fury for a 3v3. We're continuing. We're continuing the sick mode cast. We're going to take it easy here. With the China tank in the north, this is Cloud. His teammate playing as the Cyan USA Laser, this is Windows 98. And scrolling back to the left, playing the red, playing the vanilla China, this is sgorOO. Speaking of sgorOO, do tanks in Gen Evo have directional armor? I assume they do because tanks in Red Alert 3 do, but do they in Gen Evo? Meanwhile, in the south, playing as the minty green China tank, this is Khay, a phenomenal Gen Evo player. His teammate also putting on a great show recently in Gen Evo. This is the USA Air Blue. Good old Bluesy boy is here to play the USA Air and the USA Laser, rounding out the 6th member of this game, the 3rd member of this 3v3. This is Kyle. Kyle Vanded playing USA Laser. Yes, it is a double green, but at least this time it's green on the same team. And this is a sicko mode move. To take your opponent's bunker away from them, that's a real sicko move. Like, you gotta be messed up to do that. sgorOO going for not the bunker drop, not the tunnel drop, which is sometimes what we see from this guy. Instead of a tunnel drop, it's a listening outpost into a gat cannon, a double gat cannon, and a war factory. sgorOO going full sicko mode. Cloud gets all 4 of the oil derricks in the middle of the map. Cloud, also being a team player, clears out the bunker of his buddy, and Kyle, Khay is maybe going to be leaving Kyle as the only green player left in this game, because Khay is getting not quite double-teamed, but it's about to be double-teamed as Cloud shows up here. Khay, I think, is going to be able to deal with sgorOO, but I don't know, maybe not. Now he's got dragon tanks to deal with. 1 dragon tank goes down. Cloud, I think, is going to have his own reinforcements showing up. Khay, if he's able to deal with this, that's going to be pretty impressive. This is going to be, wait a second. We got combat Chinooks out on the field. We've got them loaded up with missile defenders. They're going to make short work of these Gats if they can get the shots, but the Gats might make short work of these combat Chinooks if they can close the distance. The action is becoming insane already. This is maybe not the best replay for chill out sick mode. This 3v3, these caliber players may actually be very bad for this kind of a cast. We're taking things easy. We're chilling out. sgorOO has been pushed back. sgorOO really hamstringing his own production. I mean, Cloud dropped a war factory in his friend's base, and it's going to be a safety command center in his back door. So sgorOO is going for the safety command center. Early aggression from the team in the north, kind of loving that. And by the way, if you're looking at the minimap, it is kind of a northwest versus southeast split. So try and keep that in mind. But, oh, Blue in the chat. He's saying that he remembers playing this one out. Well, no spoilers, man. Oh, Kyle says that if his nickname in the game is Kyle Vanded, then that was back when he was a new player. So, honestly, Blue... Okay, no. Kyle, I think, is gonna... No, is Blue's just out of it? I think Blue's is just getting teamed too much. Does he have a sneaky... He has a firebase over here. I'm not sure the Blues is getting out of this one. Kyle is going to show up. Like, Kyle's got laser crusaders cruising into this base. He's going to get here eventually. Oh, no, a couple of the Humvees going down, leaving behind a decent number of missile defenders. Khay shows up with a couple of Battlemaster Mark IIs. Khay does have those powerful tank forces, and this is really setting Blues behind. It looks like he's not going to be out of it. It looks like the Gats are going to go down. And the Gats, they left a war factory and a supply center almost dead, but not dead. And then look at this, another command center does escape. So a back door, a safety expansion, and these MiGs getting deleted. sgorOO trying to go for the MiG play, but Blues finds a bit of back cross-map damage. Stab you in the back kind of thing. As his combat Chinook cleans up supply trucks, and Blues will survive. You gotta leave it to Cloud. He leaves a couple of these buildings with like 10% HP, and then his Gats just die in the corner without doing anything more. So, I mean, if they're gonna die, you might as well sacrifice them getting the kill on the building. But Cloud did take the middle of the map. He got 4 of the oil derricks, 3 of them still standing, so that's gonna be a nice income boost for him. Looks like most of the players haven't really taken the expansions outside of their base too much just yet. Another couple of MiGs getting cleaned up. This combat Chinook has done a huge amount of damage from Blues. His own main base nearly destroyed, nearly taken down, but he has done a ton of damage on the other side of the map, killing supply trucks, killing MiGs, killing, in this case, nuclear reactors as well, just killing Cloud's infrastructure as much as he can, which is honestly a lot more damage than I was going to be expecting from Blues, but Blues getting double teamed there and still finds a bunch of damage on the other side of the map. Unfortunately, those A-10 Warthogs not quite enough DPS to knock down that war factory, so it will survive. Khay moves out, and it feels like Khay, you know, at the beginning, Khay was looking really dangerously low, but things have turned around so much. There's been a decent amount of cross-mapping. There's been some backstabbing happening, and it sort of feels like Khay's in an all-right position. Kyle's in probably the strongest position, and Windows 98 and Kyle feel like they probably have been attacked the least. So they're the most untouched. They should probably be in the strongest positions. I do like this from Khay, clearing out the middle of the map. Don't let Cloud hold these 4 oil derricks for, 30 minutes. Knock them down nice and early. A-10 Warthog Strike comes in, but not enough DPS to kill off the power plant. I assume he wanted the power plant. I mean, against a laser general, knocking down those power plants can be extremely useful. But in this case, it doesn't really help. Okay. The first batch of cookies taste better with butter on them and eaten as biscuits. All right, so the wife bird and top bird were making some gluten-free sugar cookies, and the first batch didn't turn out super great, so they are apparently going to be basically just biscuits. And I like biscuits, so I'm okay with that. Look at that. That's a twofer. Gets 2 particle tags. Oh, Kyle, no. Poor Kyle. He's trying to do the right thing. He's building artillery. He's trying to assault from afar, set up a siege mode on his opponent's base so that he can't just camp. And then he just gets accidentally tapped, double tapped by that A-10 Warthog Strike. Oh no, the return Particle tank. Nub Kyle at his finest, says Target Monkey. Cruel words, my man. Cruel words. I didn't actually realize sgorOO has been defeated. It is technically a 3v2. It is unfortunate because if sgorOO had been able to hold on to the airfields, even if sgorOO was just playing, you know, vanilla China with 8 or 12 MiGs, that's still, like, that can be a really powerful, I would say unit composition, but it's just one unit. That can still be a really powerful force, a really powerful army, but, those, you know, don't underestimate those MiGs. And these couple of tank hunters, if they get into this bunker, they will hold off that whole army. Cloud, too good. Cloud comes in, massive kill to deny that bunker. EMP or the cluster mine, whichever one it was, it didn't land. And Cloud is trying to break up the front door of Khay. He's trying to make this into a 2v2 instead of a 3v2. And the MiGs, when you've only got one MiG, it just doesn't do much. It's just not enough. Airfield goes down, MiG gets off the deck, and Khay does have expansions elsewhere on the map. He's got at least one command center. Second, that's actually an airfield. Airfield going to be coming up. He may not have a whole lot of income. He's got at least one expansion under his control. Propaganda center as well. And Blues still with the backdoor cross-mapping, backstabbing plays. Finds the damage against Windows 98. Well, Windows 98 actually has a pretty serious army. He might actually, I don't know, with his mass infantry, he might actually be able to break that front door. Particle tanks are good, but, like, that's a lot of missile defenders. Arty Strike fires off somewhere. Lands in the south. I think it lands on Cloud's forces mostly, so hopefully that was Khay firing that off, not Cloud misfiring on his own units. Although we have seen them, we have seen Cloud nuke his own units with support powers and still win the game, so. A-10 Warthog Strike comes in, lights up one laser particle tank, but the rest of the front line will be broken. Laser Humvee goes heroic before getting eliminated. And these missile defenders, they are cannon fodder in a very true sense, or maybe laser cannon fodder. And Kyle actually sending out reinforcements to the bottom left side does push Cloud back. Cloud and Blues, very similar colors, but on opposite sides of the map, whereas Kyle and Khay, different factions at least, and but on the same team. Got to keep an eye out for these combat Chinooks, finding huge amounts of damage by Blues. Oh, these missile defenders eating up those laser crusaders one by one. He didn't have a way to deal with the missile defenders. A couple of these missile defenders going heroic as well, getting a lot of cost-effective damage done. A-10 Warthog Strike? Yeah. Wow, okay. One A-10 Warthog Strike to delete one GAT, but, like, there isn't a follow-up attack. So I feel like if you're going to kill the GAT, you should probably go on the attack as well. But just, like, killing a GAT and, like, okay, but I have, like, 10 minutes to rebuild it until you're going to attack. Yeah, you can rebuild it. I don't mind. I wanted to use an A-10 Warthog Strike to kill one GAT. Supply center goes down. That was a low ground supply center, so those expansions between the teams, a bit of no man's land. I guess these expansions are relatively safe, which is why Khay is now trying to take them. As Khay rebuilds and tries to rearm, get back into this game. He is China tank, so we're expecting to see war factories coming out from him at some point. Laser Crusaders. Kyle moving out with a pretty decent laser army. Does mean any backstabbing of power plants could be extremely effective in knocking down this army. Arty Strike gets called in, I assume by Cloud. Yo, it catches the combat Chinooks. He gets them as they cross through the artillery barrage. That was a complete accident. There was no way that Cloud could have predicted that, but he gets the kill. Even so. On the rewatch, Kyle is literally saying, why am I spamming tanks instead of Humvees? Every USA player ever is wondering the same question. Wait, you can build tanks as USA? I didn't know that. I thought we just had Humvees. What do the tanks do? They're paperweights. Believe it or not, the tanks are actually just paperweights. Cloud, also China tank. He's going the pure GAT route. And I mean, hey, the upgraded GATs as China tank, they're pretty good. I don't know that they're going to win the day, especially not versus all of the stuff that everyone else has. Firebase on the high ground, sentry drones on the low ground, even a couple of battle masters getting in on the action. Cloud does manage to push through. I mean, he's not going to be able to do much more than scout his enemy's base, but he does push through. He could get a supply truck here. I take it back. He kills the supply truck. That's something. Ooh, strategy center getting firestormed. Oh, okay. Misses most of the tanks. Catches some of the infantry, but misses most of the tanks. And the GATs go down to the particle tanks. Oh, Blues is running for the hills. His last combat Chinook is going to go down. He gets the kill. And yes, he jumps in the bunker. Oh, Blues. He kills off the dragon tank, and then he eats up the GATs from inside of the bunker. And no, I was wrong. The particle tanks did not kill the GATs. They are blasting away at this supply drop zone. Oh, man. Those sentry drones. If all of the GATs had focused fired them, they wouldn't have stood a chance, but they actually will trade out. Adds a firebase into the mix. MiGs returning to base. What did they just burn down? Bunch of tanks? Looks like a bunch of tanks. They just burned down a bunch of tanks. Windows 98, he is getting kind of wrecked here. I feel like, you know, 3v2, so Cloud and Windows 98, they've been fighting with a man down. They did a really good job of cross-mapping and nearly knocking Khay out. But Khay coming back into the fight, swinging. And Windows 98 has been taking a lot of punches and not doing a lot out on the map. Bud. Okay, no, that was Blues. That was Blues A10 Warthog. I saw the blue color and I thought Cloud just A10 Warthogged his allies' war factory. I legitimately, because the colors are so similar, I thought Cloud just firebombed his allies' war factory, but no, he didn't. Carpet bomb coming in. If he gets the Moab. Oh, he got the Moab. Nice. Oh, and the MiG's coming in. Look at this. That's a double, triple team. Windows 98 getting... Well, it's been forgotten by Microsoft, but it is not forgotten by the Southern team. They are smashing Windows 98. You want a patch? Have a Firestorm. We're going to give you the mother of all batches, or a Moab, and really burn down your support systems here. Cluster mine comes in. No, actually, it's an EMP. EMP catches the helicopter. Catches that combat Chinook, catches a couple of particle tanks as well. GATs will slowly... Well, no, 2 GATs will survive. Survive is kind of a generous term. All right, Khay's got a massive army through the middle of the map. Well, not that massive. Massive in like a 1v1 sense. Firestorm burns through the buildings, cluster mine on top of that. Windows 98. He's going to have to pull himself together after this. Ooh, Cloud converging in the middle of the map, but Black Napalm is here. Meanwhile, the return fire. The MiGs find their damage. Khay is forced to split his tanks. Cluster mine or EMP? Cluster mine on top of Khay's forces will eat up a couple of GATs there. and the Firestorm as well. Particle Cannon gets added on. Kyle going to be adding that laser particle into the mix. He has not given up his frontline assault, crushing through. Carpet Bomb doesn't actually bust the bunker or the Gads, so Kay is going to have to fight his way through these forces. His Gads do go down, which means killing off the tank hunters is going to be a lot more slow. He does have one Gad still here. You can bust the bunker with the tanks, but the actual tank hunters can still trade out versus the battle masters. Gad goes down, and yeah, the entire Battlemaster army may just be lost trying to break that one base defense because he did not have enough anti-infantry. Did not have any artillery either. Cloud has been defeated. It is now a 1v3. Kay has stuck in it. Kyle is stuck in it. Blues has stuck in it. Both Blues and Kay took a ton of damage early on, but big bounce back from them. Sub 3 minutes on the first particle cannon, but I don't even know if we're going to get to that point. I guess, yeah, Windows 98. He doesn't look like he's quitting out. I mean, he doesn't have much of a chance. Like, obviously, Team in the South could just go 9 super weapons and absolutely smash it. Like, honestly, 6 particle cannons will delete, you know, close to anything. Well, 2 particle cannons will delete anything. But, I mean, 6 particle cannons, you can take out armies, you can take out whole bases, and then you add in nukes from Kay, like, game over, man. A 3v3, which actually did have some pretty cool and exciting moments. Had some cool plays, had some fun little moments there. Cool stuff happening in it. And what was that? Were those MiGs? No, okay, those were Raptors. I was like, why did they not ignite a Firestorm? But that's because they were Raptors. They don't get the Firestorm. They're not cool like MiGs. Baby Cow Muffin, welcome to the stream, man. Good morning to you, Suzuki. Suzuki, 89. We're just waiting for Windows 98 to clear out of this game. I mean, hey, I'm a fan of particle cannons as much as anyone else. Oh my gosh, just an insane. Oh, and there's going to be the power plant's going down. Power comes back online moments later. Massive MiG strike as well. Firestorm just on top of nothing. Those MiGs were supposed to find some kind of damage, but they actually didn't. Where's that guy going? What was that? Oh, that was a Moab. That was a Moab offensively. Or defensively, rather. By Windows 98. Carpet Bomb comes through. Just everything that you can think of. And I don't think we will get our particle cannon, but we're going to fast forward just in case we do. Oh, no. 20 seconds less than on the clock. And honestly, a pretty good 3v3. That, I don't know. I guess it kind of petered out in the middle. It kind of slipped down in the middle. Poor sgorOO, man. Out in sub 9. 22:30 for the rest of these guys. But sgorOO knocking it out pretty early, clearing out of the game. And yeah, Cloud and Windows 98. They did a really good job as a 2v1. Or 2v3. Those are how the numbers actually work. Yeah, really good as a 2v3. So, welcome to Tournament Desert for the final game of the day. After this, we're going to truly chill out and not do anything. Oh, no. Okay. So that's what he's doing all of this time. He gets the early second supply truck. And this will be in the north playing the blue GLA Toxin. This is Cloud. Meanwhile, in the south playing the vanilla GLA. This is Kay. I was wondering what the advantage was from canceling that building in the beginning. And in this case, you do get that second supply truck right away. You do get a little bit of cash back from selling off the supply. But looks like both players went for, I guess, like the supply trick. Makes me think of a drone extractor trick in StarCraft. But technicals in the south, technicals in the north, tunnels getting established. Toxin versus GLA. So GLA Vanilla maybe has an advantage in this matchup. I'm not sure. But we'll see. Barracks will be getting dropped on the right side of the map, but an engineer is going to be here from Cloud to grab that oil derrick nice and early. Meanwhile, Kay will grab the oil derrick on the left side of the map if he doesn't just tell this engineer to go to lunch for 30 minutes. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'm on my lunch break. Lunch break is 30 minutes. 30 minutes. You gotta respect the lunch break. Technical sneaks a couple of RPG troopers into the back of Cloud's base, but Cloud will not be stopped. He doesn't even lose a supply truck to that. Just takes a bunch of damage on a supply truck. Doesn't actually lose the supply truck. Kay now going to be moving out. He's got 6 technicals cutting his way through the middle of the map. Cloud does have this one technical just over here dog sitting. Puppy guarding. That's what they call it. Puppy guarding that barracks. Stopping the engineer from coming on out of it. But 6 technicals do, in fact, beat 1 technical. I've heard it said. And so in that case, Kay gets the kill. A couple of other technicals from Cloud going to be getting knocked down, but he will take a couple of supply trucks with him. Eliminating a couple of supply trucks, always a nice edge, although he is going to be losing that oil derrick, which means Kay will be down a couple of supply trucks, but he'll win the technical fights, and he now has both oil derricks. Okay, I was a little bit ahead of myself. There we go. He now has both oil derricks, supply derricks. Don't worry, I'll just edit in the first time I said it, and there'll just be a long silence where I'm not saying anything. I'm definitely not going to do that. Technicals coming forward. They're going to trade out against these Scorps. Nope, they do decide to back off. Good move for the technicals. Don't want to just give away the technicals for no reason. What? Oh, no, doesn't die on the exit. Almost gets burned down there, but not quite. And catches another technical. Okay, so Kay is actually doing a pretty good job of catching and killing all of the technicals of Cloud. You have to hand it to Kay. He's found a little bit of a weakness here. Gets a worker as well. I'm not sure what that worker was. That might have been a second command center or something. That might have been a palace, actually. A palace makes a lot more sense. That palace may have just gotten denied, which would have been a hugely cost-effective way to kill a palace with just a couple of technicals roaming through your opponent's base. It's going to be Scorps in the south. It's going to be technicals in the north. The technicals getting cleaned up. A couple of RPG troopers are here. Toxin shells will help to deal with those RPG troopers, but they will get some last shots in as they get deleted from the map. And the last Scorpion does go down. So Cloud losing a little bit back at home, but ultimately defending against the technicals. And he's going to be able to jump on another one of these Scorpions, but eventually I think the reinforcements will win out from... okay, no, Stinger Sight and a barracks. I mean, the buildings take a really long time to kill, so the Scorpions will come out one by one, and they will just slowly start to overwhelm Cloud, especially with this Stinger Sight coming in here. Stinger is able to clean up one of these Scorpion tanks before it can kill any more supply trucks. And additional supply over on the right side. These double oil derricks paying big dividends for Kay. He's going to be feeling so good about the fact that he got both of those oil derricks. He's going to be writing home to his family about it. Guys, you'll never guess, I got 2 oil derricks versus Cloud on Tournament Desert. And they're going to be like, you liar, send me the proof. And he'll send the replay, but they don't have Gen Evo installed. And they just won't believe him. But now he can send the video, and they still won't believe him. But no, having two oil derricks, that's a great move. Cloud, he was almost clowning on Kay. If that Scorpion tank attack would have worked, that would have been clowning on Kay. But in this case, I don't know, is it like coming close to even? Maybe Kay's ahead because he's had the economy advantage for so long. Third supply plus double oil derrick. Like, if that Scorpion tank attack would have worked, that would have really changed the game. But it does feel like Cloud is playing catch-up from this point. And I mean, not that Cloud's out of it, because we never count Cloud out. This technical might kind of die on exit. Yeah, that's too bad. RPG troopers maybe could have traded out with one of those tanks, but probably only one. Couple of RPG troopers on the left side. Classic deterrent. Could also take that bunker. I feel like, oh yeah, another thing. Kay is just grabbing most of the neutral civilian structures, forcing Cloud to de-garrison some of them. I don't know where the chat went. I looked over and I saw Tiberium Twilight had upgraded visuals. I'm not sure where that conversation went. Like, it did technically have upgraded visuals. They carried over a lot of the engine improvements from Red Alert 3 over into Tib Twilight. And then they made more engine improvements, so it's one of those things. It's like, yeah. But like, I looked away from the chat, and then suddenly they're on a different subject entirely. What are you guys doing over there? Scorpion tanks, a couple of them going to go down. One at least. Number 2 gets eliminated. Number 3 will go down. Number 4 takes a couple of shots. Cloud losing 3 tanks, essentially for nothing there. Well, I mean, yeah, he gets a kill on a couple of RPG troopers. I shouldn't say for nothing. It's truly not for nothing. Toxin tanks, trying to anthrax the area, make it unsafe for these worker trucks to get their job done. Stinger sight in the back of your base, that extra layer of protection from Cloud. Khay, of course, doing the same thing in the south. And actually, no, Khay does the full shutdown. He gets the supply center kill, the thing that Cloud tried to do on the bottom right-hand corner, but Khay actually gets the kill. Palace finally getting added on now by Cloud. A couple of tanks moving out, but lots of tanks from Khay. Khay kills off the oil derrick of Cloud. Cloud going to be looking to return the favor. Targeting down that oil derrick. I guess that's basically a free kill. Khay didn't try and defend that. I guess he could have tried to hold off with the RPG troopers. Force the tanks to waste a couple of extra shots killing off the RPG troopers. All right. Cloud is going to be tested on the defense here. Most of his tanks are away from keyboard. They're away from his base. And he's hoping that he can come back in time to defend. But, of course, that means there is a second wave of tanks coming in from Khay on the left side of the map, which could crash into the left side of the base as Cloud is defending the right side. And Khay is not going to commit fully to this attack. Really only trades out 1 tank. Maybe there was another tank there, but he's going to let those Scorpion missiles recharge a little bit here. Get a couple of extra rocket shots against Cloud's tanks. Cleans up another couple of tanks, and Khay has the tank advantage, but he's using it to open up a strategic advantage as well. Gonna get the kill on a war factory. Might get the palace as well, but not right this moment. He's instead gonna re-engage over at the supply center and forcing Cloud to sell that off. Cloud getting clowned as Khay forces the GG. There's the fire sale. Cloud knows that it's over, and the GG comes in. Cloud has been defeated. A very nicely executed game there by Khay. Cloud almost had him near the beginning, but not quite able to make it work. And that will do it. The end of this Sicko Goblin Mode cast. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is Sybert, signing out.